Hello, my fellow heroes of the dimensions beyond. This is Melodia Valentine, and welcome back to another video of mine. This time, I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna be displaying a demo, the Ace Attorney Investigation Collection demo. Now, let's see. Title, let's see, options. Text skip. Oh, I like the art style. Let's keep that. Okay. Title selection. New game. Oh, so we could do. Wait, we could. So, wait a minute, hold on, which one's the first one? Oh, this one. Miles Edge? So we're playing as Miles! So, okay, new game. Oh, that does not look good. I'd rather have this. This looks way better. I'm gonna try, if there's any voice acting, I'll let it go through, but if there's none, I'll try my best to sound like Edgeworth. March 14th, 1:16 a.m. Question marks. To make sure the defendant is found guilty, what other choice do I have? That's the job of a prosecutor, after all. That may be true, but why? Why go this far? Sorry, maybe I wasn't clear enough, but a guilty verdict is all that matters to me. No matter the cost. Wait, that's Edgeworth's cost? Wait. Wait. Who the heck is this? I'm a prodigy among prosecutors. Always have been. Always will be. Oh. March 14th, 2:05 a.m. Prosecutor Building, 12th floor hallway. Oh, there's Edgeworth. It's hard to believe I've been away from my office for a whole month. I hope Detective Gumshoe had been keeping an eye on my office and keeping it clean, although I highly doubt it. The door is unlocked. Detective Gumshoe? Huh? What's the smell? It's very familiar. Blood? What the? What is the meaning of this? Freeze. Identify yourself. Shut up. You got some nerve committing a murder in the prosecutor's office. Is that a threat? Let me make one thing very clear. What? No one gets away with committing murder in my office. No one. My name is Miles Edgeworth, and I work as a prosecutor in my local district. Little did I know that upon my return home, after a month abroad, I would be thrusted into a multitude of cases, and some very frantic and busy days. March 14th, a.m. High Prosecutor's Office is room 1202. Oh, this isn't... Wait a minute. It looks like there's a safe behind his portrait. Oh, there's a lot of a mess. I've finished photographing the victim's body, sir. Very well. Please continue your investigation. Yes, sir. Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Are you okay, sir? Keep it down, detective. This is a crime scene. When I heard that a murder was taking place in your office, I ran up here straight away. This is Dick Gumshoe. He is a detective with the local district. And the one they assigned to handle this murder case for the time being. You're looking a little pale, sir. Are you okay? Are you hurt? No, I'm perfectly fine. However... Look what they did to your office. It's totally trashed. I'll say, the culprit sullied my floor with dirt rather well. No one gets away with tracking mud into my office. Sounds like you're really getting burned up over this whole thing. This crime was committed in my office, so it's my responsibility to solve it. That's just like you, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, time to do some investigating. Agreed. Our first course of action is to gather relevant facts and leads. We must not overlook anything, no matter how small, if we were to find the truth. So I'll keep any leads or information we'll find etched in the forefront of my mind. Speaking of things that pique my curiosity, why of all places did the murder occur in my office? I get the nagging feeling that this is something important to keep in mind. Yeah, I was wondering the same thing, sir. I mean, you can't really say that it's just a coincidence, can ya? No, not really. Especially since because of this. The key to your office? What do you mean, sir? If you think about it carefully and use logic, it would become clear to you. Logic? By finding the connection between two pieces of information and connecting them, new information is born. That is the end result of using logic. So how do you use it? Yeah, you never use any logic, Gumshoe. I've seen what happens with you in the original games. First, I've recalled the information we have gathered with L1, and then I connect them together with triangle. Now, to use L1 to recall the facts. Click! For security reasons, all prosecutors' doors are outfitted with locks. Which means it would have been hard for the murderer and the victim to get in here. There go. It's impossible to dismiss this location as of this crime a mere coincidence. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking, sir. There must be a reason why someone infiltrated my room. What was the killer after? You're really on the ball today, Mr. Edgeworth. That's some beautiful logic, sir. Yes, well, when you follow lead to their conclusion, only the truth remains. However, if the information doesn't line up properly, I may stray far from the truth as well. But if I think carefully before piecing the leads together, logic should flow. Well, let's get started with our investigations, shall we? Yes, sir. Hi, Prosecutor's Office. Room 1202. The basis of any good investigation is to examine everything, sir. I know that. And when I want to examine something, I simply use X when I'm next to it. Oh, and whenever you feel lost, just want to talk, use the triangle, okay? I'll give you some great, precise advice as an ace investigator, sir. Something to try later if I have free time, I suppose. What do we have here? Perhaps this is the murder weapon? If so, it could mean that the killer made their escape after disposing their gun here. I think I've seen one of these before. Care to enlighten me to where? I know. I was issued the exact same model. I think. Detective. I don't really like guns all that much. I mean, they're really dangerous. But now that I think about it, you do see this model around the precinct a lot, sir. I don't use mine much except for emergencies, so that's why I didn't recognize it. So it's the same type of revolver as the ones that used by the precinct's detectives. That is very troubling. Ouch! They must have knocked... They even knocked over your chest set. I had it all set up, ready for you when you got back. I figured we could play a few games. I had no idea you were interested in chess. I'm actually pretty good at checkers, but so I thought I could give chess a try. In that case, I suppose I could set some time aside after we solve this case. Though I don't expect the games to tax my mental equity much. They finished photographing the body, so I should be already to examine this area. I won't rest until I inspect every suspicious nook and cranny. Hey, there's something written here. I don't believe it! I packed those files on the shelf so tight that not even an earthquake would make them fall off, but just look at them. At this rate, the rest of the files won't be able to withstand an earthquake at all. A problem to be sure. Well, once the investigation is over, we'll put them back on the shelf. What do we have here? Hey, I think I've seen one of these before. It's a police badge, detective. Oh, hey, I have the exact same thing, actually. What a coinkadink. Let's take a look inside. Mr. Buddy Faith. It appears our victim was a detective just like you. I seem to have gathered a few pieces of pertinent information. Now, to calmly use some logic to figure out if any of them are connected to each other. Let's see, this blood to be all over his lower abdomen area. It looked like the bullet passed clean through his stomach area, sir. In other words, he was shot. Yep, until the autopsy's done, I don't think we'll know much more than that. Please have the body sent to the morgue once they're done processing the crime scene. Are you going to be okay keeping track of all the evidence we find, sir? Of course. This is is the safest way I know to keep track of it all. Alright, if you say so. I keep all the evidence I find either in or with my organizer. When I want to re-examine a piece, I have to press R1 to open my organizer. But the organizer isn't only for evidence. I also keep people's profiles on hand in it as well. It's probably a good idea to make a habit of checking the facts often. Your files are up over the floor, sir. That probably fell during a struggle between the victim and his killer. I done tried so hard to keep this place spotless while you were away. I mean, this just rendered all the time and effort I put in pointless. I don't recall ever asking you to clean my room. Well, I watered the flowers every day just like you requested, sir. I just added cleaning to the list as a weekend special. For about half a day every Saturday, I'd come in and clean this place until it sparkled. Does he have a life? Let's see. Ah, watch out! For the teacup fragments, sir. That killer is going to pay. This tea set. Yikes, you're really mad over this. This tea set is very dear to my heart and can only be bought in England. It costs more than your whole month's paycheck. Now I really feel like the killer's wasted one of my monthly paychecks. You called, sir? Notice anything? Is there anything that you noticed that you'd like to share, Detective Gumshoe? Just I rushed over here as soon as I heard that there was a murder in your office, sir. The investigation just got started, so I guess there wasn't much else to say. So, were you the one that found the body, Mr. Edgeworth? Unfortunately, upon my return, I found my office door to be unlocked. And what was awaiting me inside was this whole messy affair. Ouch! That's rough. Even though I left security of this room to a certain detective, I'm looking at you, Gumshoe. Sorry, sir. I assume you understand how to conduct investigations, Detective Gumshoe? And good, sir. Examine anything and everything with X. By checking various things out, you can gather lots of evidence and information. You can see the evidence protected with the R1. For information and leads, it's L1. That's it. Great job, sir. Deductive reasonable is the way to go. It's called deductive reasoning, Detective. Something you clearly lack. It seems I picked up a few good leads. Oh, you gonna do that thingy with all that information, right? What are you babbling about? That brain thing you were talking about just a few minutes ago, sir. Logic. You said you were gonna look at all your leads and info by pressing R1. L1. Apparently I don't know my right from my left. You press the ones that see related with X are connected with the triangle. That's the way you investigate, right, sir? Yes, which is why this exercise is explaining my own methods to me is unnecessary. Okay, so then how about I explain my logic to you next? That's even more unnecessary.
It's a trophy. The Knight of Prosecutors, right?
King of prosecutors. It's not a trophy. It's a shield.
They only send this to the winning prosecutor, right?
Yes, but I have no real interest in perceived worth of other people. As for my own worth, that is something I can only determine for myself.
That's so slick, sir. I'm gonna try to saying that sometime.
Unfortunately for him, his monetary worth is tied directly to his worth to me. Is this yet another batch of fresh flowers?
The ones that come with the card attached every month like clockwork for you? Yep. Speaking of that, let's see what's on the card this month, sir. All will be resolved. Wendy.
Oh, Miss Irony, how painful are thy thorns?
Wendy, isn't that the name of the old lady with the whiny voice that's stuck?
Enough, detective, you need not remind me further.
Oh, if anybody that remembers Wendy? Yeah, she's a crazy cuckoo old lady. We saw her a lot in the original games.
I hope we can resolve this case quickly. I'd like to return relaxing on this.
That thing looks like a billion times softer than my matches at home. Can I sit on it too? Just for a little while, sir.
Detective Gumshoe, you know I can't allow that. Until this case is solved, neither of us have time to spare, let alone rest.
You're right, sir. I'm gonna work hard and be a real trooper to the end.
Even once this case is over, I don't think you can afford to take any time off. How is it coming along? Please, I need absolute silence. Fingerprint lifting is a delicate art. Well, I never. It's been a while since I sat at this desk. Oh, how I missed you. It's so tidy that it looks newer than when I first bought it.
Oh, yeah, that thing's so polished it makes mirrors jealous.
Don't tell me you had no other work the entire time I was away, Detective.
My job is to protect your office, sir.
And you did such a good job protecting it that a murder occurred in it.
That's harsh, sir.
I have to admit the desk never looked better, so I guess I can't dock his pay. Let's see. Maybe it's this? Oof! Not exactly a shining example of the perfect line of logic.
Ow!
Maybe this connects?
Oh, it does!
The revolver, the standard model used by detectives. Could it belong to our recently departed? Detective Gumshoe, could you please thoroughly check the victim's body one more time?
Yes, sir. I'm on her now, sir. Excuse me, pal. Let's see what we got here. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, this guy was wearing a gun holster.
It seems that our killer somehow managed to take the victim's gun from him. The victim's revolver data jotted down in my organizer. Let's see what else we can find about this revolver.
As I always say, you gotta look really carefully at every piece of evidence. You can use the R to rotate an object. No such thing as a bad angle. Use L1 and R1 to zoom in and out to get at the nitty gritty.
Well, I noticed that there's a horse here.
Oh, it's missing a bullet.
It looks like only one round was fired from this.
Wow, so the killer killed the Vic with just one shot after wresting the gun from him? Sounds like the guy knew how to handle a gun, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
We have no proof for that now, but that's a distinct possibility. I guess this is all we're going to find out. We should send this body to our...
Who's yelling Jim? Oh, that's the guy who shot him! Why? Oh, why? How could this happen to a guy like you?
Are you alright?
Don't touch me! Leave me alone! Let me be!
Sorry, I can't do that. The investigation is still ongoing, so please refrain from touching the body.
The body? The body? Don't talk about him like he's some lump of flesh.
Look at him, Jim. He looks like he just turned in for the night.
Sure, just in a bloodstained suit, pal.
Where are my manners? Aren't you that prosecutor?
Why, yes I am. I'm Shock Portsman, prosecutor. Jim here is my partner in crime busting.
I'm Miles Edgeworth, and like you, I'm also a prosecutor.
Detective Gumshoe, sir.
So you're Miles Edgeworth. I get... This is your office?
Well, no shit, Sherlock.
Yes, that is correct.
Then it was you! You're the one who killed Jim! Hey, don't go jumping around to conclusions, pal. Just calm down, okay?
I will not. I know how things work around here. High prosecutor's office doors are all locked built into them. And the only owner to the office has the key to his or her own office door. That is correct. However, I was not the one who killed your partner.
Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth has been overseas on a business trip this whole time, pal. And the key to the door has been with me the entire time, okay? So the only one who could get in here is me. Wait, that means... I'm not sure what that means. So it was you then! You're Jim's killer! No way, pal, you get it all wrong.
Everyone, calm down! Mr. Portsman, correct? If you're a real prosecutor, you should know how to stay collected. The investigation has only just begun. Isn't it too early to be drawing conclusions?
Alright, I get the point. You're right, my mistake. I tend to get a little too hot-headed sometimes. Are you you are one cool customer though, Mr. Edgeworth?
I heard all the rumors about you. You're the great genius prosecutor. You're something of a legend, you know? Anyway, let's call a truce and work together, okay? Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal? A pleasure to work with you. You guys are conducting your investigation, right? Sorry for barging in like that. Carry on then. It's your room after all. Thank you. I intend to. I just want a little more time to say goodbye to Jim. You there. Sir. I want you to capture the scene on film for me. My final farewell to my partner, Jim. I should probably give them some space. Now let's have a look at this. Ah! Your jacket's there! What's it doing on the floor? It must have fallen off the wall when the killer tried to threaten me by firing around. So the killer not only shot the victim, but they shot at your jacket as well? They dare shoot the ultra special jacket that you made your prosecutorial debut in? What if they shot through it? It would have been a disaster. It's not worth getting worked over, Detective. Not when there's something more here. Huh? Like what? I take it you haven't noticed yet, Detective. There is a giant contradiction right in front of us. Really? Did I say contradiction? He must be rubbing off on me. I'm starting to sound like him. But I have my own methods, and I would conduct this investigation my way. When the scene before me contradicts a piece of evidence or seems off, that seems that my deductive skills come into play. First, I have to find a spot that holds a contradiction. This jacket sure brings back memories. I remember you used to wear this around when you became a certified prosecutor. It was a present from my mentor. Prosecutor Manfred von Kava, huh? Yeah, anybody that's a fan of the series, you would definitely recognize that old fart. Yes, I don't wear it anymore, yet I can't bring myself to throw it away. It must mean a lot to you, even with the little bittersweet memories it holds. But, but you know, I got an old coat of mine hanging in my room too, sir. Yesterday it was laundry day, and so it's just drying up, but you get the picture. This is it, the bullet hole where the contradiction lies. When I spot something is off, I should point it with my cursor and... There we go. And when I found a significant proof to prove the contradiction, I present it. This is how I do things. So that's the prosecutor badge. So is it this? Yes, this contradicts. Eureka! Eureka! This bullet hole is a contradiction. What do you mean, sir? It's elementary. 2 shots were fired in this room. The first felled the victim, and the second felled this frame. Hey, that's right. However, this gun only was fired once. Hey, that's true too. Which means that one of these 2 bullets was fired from a different gun. Did the killer have the other gun prepared for that night? By the way, I noticed something, sir. Yes?
What's that thing sticking up behind the frame? Oh, that's a secret safe. A secret safe? Ooh, I smell money. I spare us the trouble and just say it. Nothing like what you're imagining is inside. Now, if you could kindly move this frame out of the way. Roger that. Talk about dusty.
I suppose that's what happens when I'm not here to dust it once in a while.
I had no idea there was a safe here, or I would have kept it clean for you, sir. So, when did you put this in?
It wasn't something I had installed personally. Every prosecutor's office has one.
Really? I had no idea.
Well, only prosecutors are supposed to have the knowledge of their existence.
So, what's inside, Mr. Edgeworth?
Right now, nothing. We only use them to store especially important evidence when a trial is in session.
That's it. Talk about squishing my hopes and dreams.
I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Now this is odd.
You found something, sir?
This keypad. Don't you find it a bit too clean?
Yeah, there's a thick layer of dust all around it, but not on the keypad itself.
You there, the forensic scientist.
Yes, sir.
Could you please dust this area for fingerprints?
You got it, sir.
I couldn't find, let alone lift a single print. It looks like it was wiped down as well. As I thought. It appears that logic is the only way around the setback. Time to actually and calmly play to connect the dots and with the information we have.
I never knew there was a safe hidden back here.
Well, if detectives knew about them, then they wouldn't be secret, now would they?
Are there any other secret things in this room?
Even if there were, it would defeat the purpose of them being hidden if I told you. So don't bother looking for them.
It's just there's no hidden camera around, right?
And what if there was?
No, nothing. I forget why I say anything.
Do I even want to ask what he was doing in my office while I've been away? Okay. Time for a good old logic. Killers. Wait a minute. Could this be it? I doubt it. No, ow! The pieces don't fit quite right. Ow! Do you have anything to report?
Yes, sir. Nothing out of the ordinary right now, sir. And yet there's something out of the ordinary right in front of my eyes. Talk about contradiction.
Something out of the ordinary, huh? I should look around a bit more. How's it coming along?
Please, I need absolute silence. This picture is too important for me to mess up.
I'll leave this man to his art. This department, a word if I may.
Jim, I swear, I'll find your killer and bring him to justice. You wait and see. It'll be for both of us.
Now then, you wanted to talk to me about something? No, that's alright. I feel like I'm interrupting their conversation. Okay, let's see what he says about this.
I had no idea you had one of these things. I mean, I thought I knew everything there was to know about you, Mr. Edgeworth. I feel like I caught a glimpse in the inside of Miles Edgeworth.
There's a great deal you don't know about me. At least I hope so.
The victim's gun, huh? It's the same model as mine.
A tool used to protect lives and yet can also take lives away. Those who take a gun in hand wield it with great responsibility. I hope you understand that.
I don't really use my gun at all, sir. The only time I use this baby is when I'm fighting a hot duel with a convict to look such a cool.
You were doing so well until that last bit. I wish I could see. So what's out of the ordinary? Wait. Well, it's a good thing my steel samurai doll spared any harm.
Speaking of which, I still haven't actually sat down and watched any of that show. What's that about again?
Well, I don't know much about it myself, but the hero, the Steel Samurai, warrior near Old Tokyo, is the Steel Samurai. And his goal is to defeat the evil magistrate. It's a show geared towards kids. However, its high productive values and riveting plot draws a number of adults as well. Spin-offs like Pink Princess Warrior of Old Tokyo and Nickel Samurai. Along with the derivative merchandise, even a new stage show gives it presence.
You sure know a lot. Are you sure you're not some rabid fanboy?
Of course not. Anyone who keeps up with society knows at least this much. And that conversation lasted longer than expected. Let us return to the investigation. Be it? Ow. Bingo! I believe I figured out what the murderer was after.
Well, what was it, sir?
The fact that the safe was wiped clean of fingerprints suggests that the criminal had at least attempted to open my safe. Making the culprit's motive is for breaking and entering theft, I believe. I wonder if the motive behind this break-in was theft. Changes the other pieces of information can tell me about this crime. There is a possibility that the files sprayed on the floor are not the result of a struggle between the victim and his killer.
Oh, you mean it could be from when the killer tried to find something, sir?
Precisely. We need to figure out if any of the files have been stolen.
Yes, sir. I'm going to shout files like you've never seen before, even at a library.
Sure. Let's give that a try.
Why do all the good ones always die young? Surely you must ponder it. That every once in a while, Mr. Edgeworth.
No matter how much we lament, the dead will not come back to life. All we can do is search for the truth.
And what are we supposed to do? How are we gonna go and finding the truth?
First, we calmly restore the files to their original place.
You got it. Here, let me help. So this file goes here, and that book goes there.
You sure know a lot about where things go, despite it being Mr. Edgeworth's office.
Yeah, because he was fixing this place up. That's because I'm the one who's keeping it tidy, pal. Okay, done.
That would appear that the murder was definitely committed here.
The blood stains on the bookshelf are still fresh.
I suspect that the victim was killed in a standing position, hence the prints on the shelf.
And when the guy fell to the floor, right? The blood on the floor was kind of grossing me out.
Detective, I don't have time to deal with your weak stomach right now.
Hey, but you know I'm not good with blood, sir.
I'm certain there's something wrong with this picture.
Wait a minute, if he was shot in the lower stomach, then why is there a fucking gunshot in the OD? So this is where the bullet lodged itself after it went through the victim, huh?
For the bullet to be lodged so squarely in the file spine indicates that the files were ransacked after the shooting had occurred.
Then I guess the victim was moved, so he was in the killer's way. The victim's handprints.
He must have tried to support himself with his hands here after being shot. There are prints on the floor, too. Those must have been made when unable to stay standing, he dropped to the floor. It appears the victim was in the same position here after being shot.
Oh, and that's why the seat of the victim's pants has blood on them.
That would be the logical conclusion. The killer moved the body because it was leaning against the bookshelf.
The blood on this guy's pants proves pretty well.
In a sense, I suppose.
See, I'm not completely useless, Mr. Edgeworth.
I can't.
I put them all back just the way they should be, sir. Doesn't look like anything's missing.
Although it does look like the killer moved the body to flip through my shelves. I wonder if they found what they were looking for. Is this a spot that's connected to any of the evidence I hold? Eureka! This is clearly a contradiction. Here were this bullet hole.
What do you mean, sir?
Don't you see? Quite simply, the bullet hole in itself is too low. If the victim was shot in the stomach, the hole should have been much higher.
But what if the guy was shot where he was sitting or lying down, sir?
That would be illogical. The victim leaned against this shelf after being shot, which suggests that he was standing when he was shot.
Then that means, wait, what does that mean, sir?
It means you need to use your brain every once in a while instead of mind, detective. In any case, it means someone made a faulty assumption. And it was from this mistake that our current contradiction was born. What was the faulty assumption that was caused this problem with the bullet hole? The order of the files! I believe the order of the files is a bit off.
You mean I put them back in the wrong order just now? Hey! Actually, I think the labels were on the files were wrong, sir.
Oh?
Yeah, you see here how the files were shot begin with the number 0? What are those doing all the way down there after 1, 2, and 3? That's really weird.
Actually, that's the way that they were organized now in the correct order. They were exactly as I see them in my mind's eye.
But the numbers are out of order.
Those white binders are special, so they're arranged a little differently. But from this, we note that the files were not in this order when the crime occurred. Aha! So that's it! I believe that the killer made the same incorrect assumption as you did, Detective. Let's rearrange the files in numerical order and see what we find out.
Do you think it would be okay to prop the body back up to how it was before it was moved?
They finished processing the crime scene, so I don't see why it wouldn't be. If you please, Detective Gumshoe. As I suspected, the bullet hole is now where it should logically be. The killer went through my files first before shooting Mr. Faith.
And then put the files back in numerical order, I guess.
Exactly, and then proceeded to shoot the victim.
But why would someone kill a man, then look through your files one more time?
Puzzling indeed. The files were thrown into a disarray twice, once before and once after the crime, but why? Now the crime scene is what it was at the time of the murder. Time to take another look.
Wait a minute.
This.
What's that?
What is this?
Why does it say Gumshoe on there with blood?
I'd say that's some incredibly incriminating evidence. Yes, indicative to criminal activity indeed.
No, wait, there's gotta be some mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me. Please say something, sir.
It appears that one of my files was stolen.
Is that all, sir? What about me and my situation?
Is this what the killer really was after?
It looks like Jim was able to leave us with the name of his killer in the end. And this more message managed to reach us. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. you can't be terribly pleased to hear that your beloved partner is the guilty party.
If you're going to accuse Detective Gumshoe of being the culprit, I sincerely hope you have some proof to back it up.
Jim's words are more than enough, wouldn't you say?
If that's how you want to play it, then at least allow me to understand your reasoning.
You got it.
I don't like this one bit. There's something strange about this man's attitude. And there must be some sort of flaw to his logic waiting for me to dig out.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you going to do?
What I always do in court, I'm going to cross-examine him. One way or another, I'll expose the flaw in his logic with his technique.
Well, we already know one flaw. Gumshoe already said he doesn't like using his gun. He's actually afraid of guns. Ooh, how you do that? Can you explain to me, sir?
Might as well. Alright, first I'll listen to the witness's testimony. If I find a flaw in the testimony, something that contradicts the evidence, I'll open up my organizer with the R1 and present a piece of contradictory evidence. To present something, I simply use triangle, but that's old news.
But that's not like it's going to be a flaw in their testimony time, right?
Correct. And at those times I need to press the witness with the L1. Sometimes by pressing I can draw out new information and new or modified testimony.
I think I get it, sir. I'll be sure to try this technique out during the investigations, too.
Very well. I'll even show you how it's done. Now watch carefully.
And this is where I'm going to stop for this part. So if you like this, please hit the like button and comment down below what your thoughts on this. If you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe and ring a ding ding the notification bell so you won't miss another video from me. And this has been Melodia Valentine saying, may the light in your heart shine forever. Farewell for now, my friends, until the next time. Bye bye.